Play Darkest Dungeon. I know, it's not Crawl, it's So Strange, but I've been a little bit obsessed. And I didn't want to stop streaming forever because I got distracted by other games, so I'm just going to stream the other games as well. And I will not be offended if you leave. But I hope you stick around because this game is awesome.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Okay. So, we come in medias res. This is a battle with a flying giant that will wreck other critters as well. You'll have to let me know about the volume here. I'm not sure. I don't know that I don't know if the software is taking directly or speakers or hearing both. I don't want things to be uncomfortable for you, and I can just turn the sound off if need be, but I just don't want to do anything.
Masterfully executed.
Thing on. It's going to be lighting thing on. Just kind of rushing through this first combat. I'm not sure. I have no idea if there's going to be anybody on time whatsoever. 6:40 in the morning where I am right now. Just to say. Simply United States economy. We've got another stuff.
Their cursed champion falls.
Okay. So we are on a medium run here, a veteran run. And I guess I can give a quick overview of the game. Since perhaps you have not seen it before. This is on Steam. It's an early access game, so they're still in the alpha, I guess. I'm not even sure how early access works with alpha, beta, that sort of thing. Regardless, they're releasing new builds all the time, and I just want to make sure that I am in fact streaming. I feel very silly about doing it. Okay. I think we are live. Good. Alright. At least there's a thing showing on my dashboard. Though it says offline, I'm assuming that's because they're regardless, this game is fantastic. Oh, there are some people on. Excellent. Well, hello. Sorry for just jabbering on. This is the first time I've streamed, 12 hours earlier than I usually stream. So, yes. So the premise of this game is that your ancestor, who remains nameless except for your surname, the Darkest family. Your ancestor dug up some unspeakable horror beneath the mansion, and in the process of doing so, turned the entire town and everyone around him against him because he did a bunch of evil things. So, right before he died, he sent a letter out to you to come restore your family honor or something along those lines. And so you come to coordinate the adventures of your heroes who frequently die, especially early on. Gotten to the point where the deaths are less frequent, although I've had a few really rough ones lately. It's at the point where all of my deaths are through hubris. I rarely am surprised by them. So we are in the middle of an adventure. fight. Unfortunately, surprisingly, my torchlight is still radiant.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. As the fiend falls,
Probably should
a
have
faint hope
a little bit
blossoms.
better and got some healing. So it's a turn-based combat system.
The light, the promise of safety.
Let's see, with these interactive objects that you encounter in between, that you have to, in many cases, in many cases, if you don't use a special supply item on these curios, as they're called, there's a significant chance that something bad will happen. You'll get some negative quirk, or you'll be blighted, or basically poisoned, or start bleeding. If you do have the item, though, it's usually beneficial for that. Not always. You can screw up still. So you travel through hallways in between these rooms. There's a lot of room battles. Let's go ahead. The occultist is a very fun character. It's really grown on me. They have this weird reconstruction, which is a very high variance heal between 0 and 16, and it can cause you to start healing. So, Hellion, the halberd in front rank, it's just high damage all the time. There's a really good stun as well. Maybe we should, but we've got 2 other stuns currently, and dramatically. Hey, Genja, how are ya? Good to see one of the gang on. I wasn't sure with the weird streaming time if anybody would be up or not work for it. But I'm glad you're here. Okay, so this actually, this combat is enough that I'm going to think about for a second. Okay, so what we have, 2 p.m. there. Okay, cool. Well, I hope it's a lovely 2 in the afternoon. Right now it is 6:45 in the morning. I got up and started to get ready for work, and then got a message saying that work wasn't even opening until 10 rather than 8 because of the weather, and I live about 40 kilometers away of highway driving, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, the game sound is a bit loud. Okay, are you able to tell, is it coming through the speakers, or is it typing directly from the software? Do you know running the software management? I'm not sure. Or Twitch? Is that something I can alter on Twitch? I don't think so. I think it has to be Mac. I'm sure it has to be the software. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to fix that actually, and I do apologize as well to watching, but we're trying to figure out a sound issue. Oh, you know, I bet, why don't we just do this? And let's see if that helps. while I twiddle this further. I'll keep checking how to actually fix it. I turned the speaker so that we're pointing directly at my microphone. Hopefully that works. Let me know if that's better, if it needs to go lower. I can go lower. Alright, so since I'm having a really difficult time finding anything, I'm just going to go ahead and continue to play here. Please let me know if there's anything I can do. I can just... The reason why I keep muttering and mumbling is that it's going directly through the software. I'm not sure what to do about it. If you're hearing it as ambient sound along with my voice through the microphone, that didn't change it. Oh, darn. Well. Shit. Maybe it's... Okay, I'm going to stop streaming briefly. Oh, yes. I've been playing this game. I've put about 70 hours into this game. I just haven't streamed for now because it's been the holidays. I've been very busy, and I've just kind of been playing in snippets here and there. That's why I haven't been streaming in Brawl. I'm sorry for being like that. I didn't call betrayer. But I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to stop streaming here for a minute and try and fix this sound issue. And well, I think that'll be a way to move on to video, because probably for a little bit different. I'm really not very awake yet. But broadcast. Why is this so hard? Why is it turning down the sound? Oh, hold on, let me do it this way. I don't know why I did this before. Okay. Let me know if that helps. I can't really hear it now, but I don't need to. Okay. Let me know if you can still... Let me turn it up just slightly, because I really can't hear it at all. I very much... We'll turn it down significantly. Okay. You can hear it. Hopefully that's better. Let me know if it's better. Alright, so this combat, we are up against a blighted giant, a fungal battery, and a tenacious crone. And the interesting facet about this game is that you have health, but you also have stress, which is a lot more permanent. Health is easy to heal, stress is very difficult. I don't have anyone in my party who can heal stress as an ability. We can heal it through camping, and we can heal it through getting critical strikes on the enemy. But or in slaying enemies, curios and things, but it's very difficult. Okay, great, it's better, thank you for checking me on that. Good to know that it will work with this. Anyway. Oh gosh, no wonder it was so loud. Alright, yeah, because I have my speakers very, very low. So it's probably blasting it quite a bit. Okay, alright. Right, so yes, so health and stress. The Blighted Giant can do a lot of health damage, especially with its tree branch smacked down. Can do 20 plus damage easily. The Tenacious Crone, however, does much more. permanent damage in that she uses abilities that cause stress damage directly. You can also be stressed out when your opponents get critical strikes from you. So, what I want to do is kill the crone very, very quickly, and then kill his fungal battery so it doesn't blight my back line a whole bunch. And so the bounty hunter can really only attack these three things, except for the Broken Six, which isn't a ton of damage. Actually, it'll be fine. It'll kill her in 2 rounds, regardless of what the actual damage or deal is, because it'll cause her to bleed. And so, while she might get a couple of stresses off, that'll at least guarantee that she dies soon. If I didn't get a hit in here, like if that shuffled and put my Vestal up at the very front, I didn't get another attack. So now she'll die on her turn, completing it.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Narration in this game is fantastic. I love it. It's just so well written that it never gets repetitive. I mean, you hear the same phrases over and over, certainly. I'm in week 159, I think, or 160, with each adventure being 1 week. I've played this game a lot. And I'm still not tired of it. It's just so good. Okay. Ooh, yeah, crit. The occultist has very high crit, which, very high base crit. 9% is outstanding, especially at level 4. And then on top of that has this 12% crit modifier attack. So, very, very high chance to crit, which is very nice. Let's go ahead and heal himself. This adrenaline rush cures blights and bleeds, heals you very slightly, not enough to out-heal the damage of enemies, but enough to cure, like, basically undo 1 round of life. Let's go ahead and finish off.
Formation is broken.
This is a reasonably high crit party, exception for the Vestal. And really, actually, now that I think about it, the Hellion isn't all that naturally high crit either. Swan is okay, that fits the very back line, which is important for this party composition. This game is fantastic. The strategic planning in it is just second to none. Let's go to Mark.
A singular strike.
And get this dodge debuff on there. The giant didn't have a lot of dodge, only at 10, but that's still enough to be of some concern. Let's go ahead and move her forward. I didn't want to use Breakthrough because it's an area of effect damage ability and one enemy. And it causes a damage debuff, so she would lose a lot of her attack moves. Just stun it up again. I'm gonna want to do some healing at some point, but we've got plenty of hit points to burn through here. Collect the bounty. Yeah! Crit for almost 60 damage. There we go. Bounty Hunter is a very, very high damage, high single throw damage. Oh, if it's on sale then. Definitely pick it up. I highly recommend it. This game is fantastic. I think that it's not as truly unique and hardcore as Dungeon Crawl. Like, your characters can certainly die, but you make permanent improvements to the game that make the game easier as you go on, which, is the difference between that and Dungeon Crawl, is that you can carry things over through adventures. That being said, it's still a difficult game. Right now, I'm actually trying out. I should turn that off after this adventure. This adventure that I'm currently on, I'm trying out some of the new gameplay options that they added to this build that was just released last week. There are a lot of things that I have turned off that I normally have turned on. Namely, the entire config setup. So monsters currently aren't leaving corpses. There's no penalty for taking a long time, for stalling a lot in combat. If you reach death's door, if you're reduced to 0 hit points and are healed back from that place, the debuff, the damage and speed and things debuff doesn't stick around. Normally you can fail retreating from combat, you can just not manage to get away. That's turned off. You always get away from combat. Unless you're prevented by an affliction, which is, if you reach 100 stress, you can get afflicted. And enemy crits, instead of multiplying their base damage as players do, the crits just do max damage. So it's much, much easier right now than it normally is. I just wanted to try a few runs with those settings, and get some free gold, yay, to be able to show some more things on stream. So I have all of those settings turned off. I like to play them on. I like to play the full challenge. That being said, because this is an early access game and they're actively trying to test where the difficulty levels should be, I fully recommend playing, because I'm sure it collects data about what you have turned on and off. I fully recommend playing around with and seeing what you like and seeing what you don't like, because that gives them a lot of good information. I hope it collects data, I would assume. Regardless, let's kill this giant and move on. Alright, see, the reason why I moved her forward last round is so she can reach 3rd rank, this position, from which she can use the bleeds, which is very powerful. The Hellion is one of the highest damaging classes.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Partly because of just raw ability output. Most of her abilities have no downward modifier, and few have upward modifiers. This gets a 15% damage increase, which is not as much necessarily of an increase in damage as anyone else, but she has such a wide variety of types of damage, and Breakthrough is one of the it's one of the most powerful area of effect abilities in the game. Hits 3 targets for massive damage. So this party is pretty reasonable. It has a little less durability than I like to have. Our front line is more they're just there to do damage. They don't have particularly good, their dodge is okay, 20 and 25. And the occultist has a dodge of 25 as well, which is okay. So our goal is to fight our way through this dungeon. We don't actually have to fight things, but we need to explore 90% of the rooms, which means in a long dungeon like this, we can miss 2 rooms and be okay. So we're going to skip this room down here, probably. We're going to go around like this, and then back up this way and explore to there. That means we travel the fewest number of steps, because we get stressed as we travel. Especially if we're backtracking, if we're recrossing ground. Okay, so what I'm considering here, I think I'm going to go ahead and camp for the first time.
Huddled together.
You have the choice to not feed
vulnerable.
them anything.
Rats in a
Stuff.
maze.
Everybody loses health and they get stressed out. And there are some conditions which penalize you, conditions and items, which penalize you for starving. We can get half rations, which just keeps you where you are, full rations, which heals you a little bit, it doesn't do anything for your stress, or feast, which heals you by 25% and reduces everyone's stress by 10, which is what we're going to do. That's why we bought a lot of food. We spent a lot of money on this trip. I've been I've been trying out, especially with these lower settings that I've had on for only 2 or 3 adventures. I think I'm going to switch them back into this one. I've been trying making money by doing well-funded, lengthy adventures rather than cheaper, shorter adventures. Just to try and see if the reduction in variance is something that's real or something artificial. Anyway, the other cool thing is that with a long adventure, if you get to take advantage of your party's camping skills more, or medium and long adventures. Medium, you have 1 camping stop. Long adventures, you have 2. So we get access to these special abilities that usually they either take instant effect and do something right then, or they last until you camp or end the quest. So we're going to sharpen spears of Hellion and put her in a battle trance, which increases her accuracy and her damage against large monsters. Which is very good in the Weald, where we are. It was things like the Blighted Giant, which you saw earlier. That was a large monster. Ooh, this is how we do it. 10 accuracy at 5 crit is also going to... Ooh, we can go to the Hellion. I would consider giving it to the Bounty Hunter as well, but it's its ability and can't use it on himself. For herself. The Bounty Hunter's face is not revealed. And a human of few words, the gender is not... Her gender is not weird. So what we're doing is we're buffing up this Hellion a lot. 15% extra crit is insane. Given that it's only a 4% base, yeah, the Hellion has very low natural crit, but you can give them trinkets. Neither of her trinkets currently give her crit. That is something that I think I want to fix in the long run, is to get some good crit trinkets for our Hellions. Because when they do crit, especially on Breakthrough, which has a positive crit modifier even though it's a 3-target ability, if we have a 21% chance to crit per enemy, that's a very high probability in the course of combat that will crit at least once, and a single crit can sometimes blow. We're also going to increase her damage by 20% by performing a ritual for dark strength. Stresses out the ability skill. And we're going to give her 10 extra accuracy and dodge. Actually, at this point, I may not want to do that. Let me look at my options. I may want to do this scouting ability. I don't know that I need it that much, though. We're doing a high light run. We're trying to keep our light levels as high as possible. We have 4 torches remaining, so that shouldn't be too bad. Especially if this is an empty room. This is an empty room, so is this. These both will have room battles. This is a curio, this is a treasure chest of some sort. I'm sorry, I have to eat while I'm doing this. I will forget to eat breakfast, otherwise I'll feel very low later. I don't think I want to scout. Yeah, I think we're just gonna boost the accuracy and dodge. Let's get up to the bounty hunter. I kind of want him to have a dodge, just to reduce our healing that we need to output by a little bit. Okay. We need to make sure we keep the torchlight above 75. And I think I do want to reduce the occultist stress by 25 and increase everyone else's by 5. So it's a net gain of 10 stress, basically. It spreads the stress out a little bit, which is fine. By abandoning hope. Why should we fret? We'll all be worms soon enough. I always imagine the occultist as being voiced by Tim Curry. Specifically, Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I like the little...
In Radiance, may we find victory.
So, we're lucky we did not get ambushed. Which is a plus. And we're gonna keep going. Yeah, I think I do want to search this bandage. Ooh. I like these. I already have, I think, 2 pairs of them back home. I might want to use them now, though. So I've kind of been taking a lot of damage. Maybe let's do this. Let's put those on him and switch up his moves. In between combats, you can change out your moves that you're using. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe? I don't know, the bleed is pretty useful in the wield. And the 25% extra damage is really good. I don't know, we've got decent... We don't really have a lot going on for rank 4, except for the Iron Swan, which is really strong. I think we're okay. I think we're okay keeping him as is. If we run out of torches... Actually, that's what we can do. If we run out of torches, if we have to get the torchlight below 75 when we're about to fight, we can swap out the Heaven's Hairpin for heavy boots. Let's have the fountain for the trap. No, he wasn't able to disarm the trap.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Shoot the torches up. Here we go. We have another blighted giant. We have a lot of blighted giants. I think it's this adventure. I don't really remember it started. How many we had. Okay, so I think just using finish him on his crone. The cultist enchantress is another stress-inducing monster, and can also push and pull your party in the first round, which can screw up your move list. Because certain moves can only be used in certain positions. Okay, so here we have a choice. We can use If It Bleeds to finish off the crone. If we hit, we will kill her, and I believe we have plus 20 accuracy right now. And it's not a particularly hard to use ability. But I think I'd rather try and one-shot the Enchantress, because the Cultist can use the Sacrificial Stab on rank 3, but not rank 4. And if we get the Enchantress low, then the Occultist can use the Tentacles, Eldritch Tentacles, which hit both of the attacks. Didn't manage to kill her, but we did get her down to 5 hit points, so Abyssal Artillery is the ability.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Excellent. I really like the Occultist. Very, very strong rank 3. Maybe the strongest rank 3 position. Or rank 3 character. That is to say, of any party, in any party composition, I am happy to have a rank 3. I usually prefer to have another healer along with the Occultist, though, either a Vestal, as in this party where I don't have a very durable frontline, or a Crusader in the front for a more tanky setup. Okay, here I think I'm going to go ahead and giant so that the bounty hunter can do additional damage. You just start hacking away. The giant doesn't have any kind of protection, damage reduction, that is. So, get shuffled a little bit, that's fine. We can just do a party heal anyway. That's why the Vestal is very, very powerful, is because of that party heal. There are a lot of AoE sources of damage in the game that can really peck away at your party's health a lot more rapidly than one. I'm sure that Okay, alright. It is working. Just had it open in a weird windows. Okay, alright. So yes, so our collect bounty ability from our bounty hunter deals an additional 90% damage against marked creatures. So that's why we marked the giant with the occultist. Because from this position, the occultist cannot use the sacrificial stab, and so the greater damage output is to nearly double the damage of this already high damage, high crit ability. Or rather, the character is high damage at the moment. So, 32 swam and 32, which is a lot. A lot. We use the beans again, yeah, crit 42. This is a very, very strong party. It's only a veteran adventurer, so it's significantly weaker than champion, but it's still yeah. There's a good reconstruction. 15. But it doesn't bleed. Boom.
A victory.
Yeah, 37
a turning point.
Insane. A lot of damage. Bloody dice. I actually kind of want this. Let's go ahead and just use this bandage. You have very limited inventory space in this game. That's actually, it's intended to be that way. Inventory management is a conscious decision that you have to make a lot of the time. You have to choose to sacrifice useful resources for loot, and that's awesome. You can be punished for being greedy so easily. It's beautiful. I love the setup. There are also heirlooms, which we are no longer collecting. We have fully upgraded our estate. So I'm leaving all of these behind. It's a really interesting change in the game, I think, when you stop having to collect these, which is where I'm at. I just recently reached that last week sometime, where I have everything upgraded, and I can use all of my inventory for loot rather than having to haul these things back en masse. Some travelers take the map of the area. That's excellent. Okay, good. So we do have a blank room here. So what we can do is go here and use one, maybe two more torches to make sure we have full light in that. Let's swap out background. Disarm this mushroom trap. You can see on the mini-map that scouting is very important in this game, particularly for long dungeons where you just are encountering a lot of different rooms and have a lot of twisty different pathways. It's really nice to both know what you're getting into, but also scouting reveals that traps on the ground and you have a chance to disarm them, rather than just blundering into them to dodge. If you successfully disarm a trap, you need to...
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Then you get a stress.
We require
one of the
only
few
the
ways
strength
get
to
stress
follow it.
in the adventure. It's very nice. Stressful invocation. This is a really difficult fight, actually. Especially since we didn't manage to surprise them. Yeah. Okay, so the scary thing here is that these fungal grabbers have an ability called Rend the Marked. which, if one of our characters is marked, they can attack and deal tons of damage with a very high chance to crit. Fortunately, I think we'll be okay because we are on reduced difficulty. We have the crit multipliers turned off, so we'll just do max damage on crit, which means that we can actually predict how much damage he's going to take and just out-heal it. We would be, I mean, even if we were at full difficulty, we could still win this fight because we have just a ton of healing. And a lot of boosted healing. We can really do a lot there. And we have high damage, so we can take down even these high protection, high damage reduction enemies. That being said, this is still going to be a tricky fight. We need to kill these guys immediately. If we can kill them before they mark another character, then we might be okay. We might not take too much damage. So this one's good to go. Got it all at 3 bleed. I do think we're going to go ahead and use this artillery, though. Can I use the artillery? Yeah.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That's kind of free. And also, the fact that monsters aren't moving forces right now makes that a little bit better to go ahead and figure that out. See, that's just a ton of damage. That's 12 per hit. Finish. Okay. Got that taken care of, and 12 healing is pretty good. Basically completely negated one of those hits. Here, I think we want to use the bleeds. Bleed is particularly good against damage. Because the bleed damage is the same regardless of the amount. What's bleed resistance? About 60%? Pretty good. This has a low chance to inflict bleed. I'm not really sure what the number means in this case. Normally that's the chance to inflict that effect. So I think it is like there's a 79% chance that it will inflict bleed. So it's really a 19% chance with this bleed reduction. Anyway, we're just gonna stab. If I'm gabbing too much, let me know. Let's stun one up. Give them a chance to heal up this bounty a little bit more. We'll kill this one this round anyway. I don't think this is going to change our clock at all, and I'd like to try and get some healing. The mark's about to wear off as well. Also, having not streamed this game before, I don't want to. I don't want to get into an annoying habit, so please feel free to let me know if there's anything I can do.
A decisive pummeling.
Whether that be talking less and playing more, or explaining more of the fine mechanics, or I feel like I know what I'm doing. This is a new experience. Okay, we have some loot here. We don't need these.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
This Defender's Seal is worth either $750 or $1250. Which is a decent amount. I don't want to give up for that. I guess I could give up these medicinal herbs. Yeah, we'll just remove combat debuff. Oh, I forgot. Oh, those could have been really useful. Forgot about that effect. Medicinal herbs are one of the items that you can use to interact with curios, and they can also cure debuffs for the character. And I forgot that I can use that to just do full damage with breakthrough every round, rather than inflicting the damage reduction upon myself. But, oh well. That's a very micro thing. It's not, well, we could get some back if we wanted. Instead of what, though? Maybe instead of this food? I think we'll be okay with food-wise. We could explore this room since we know it's empty, but we would have to battle anyway in between there, so I think we're just gonna have to take the food back. Yeah, let's just eat some food and swap it out for some herbs. I don't think we're gonna be too concerned. It looks like we will probably need all 4 shovels. Bandage? No, we don't. Search that for us. Shovels, you need to
Nature
get past these
herself,
giant
a
walls or
victim
thorny
to the spreading
thickets here.
corruption.
Gnarled
Malformed
and
with missing
spiked
tent.
branches. I hope you can hear the narration clearly, but it's fantastic. So
As
good.
the light
I
gains
didn't even
purchase,
use the torches
spirits
there.
are
Oh,
lifted,
that was really bad, actually.
and purpose is made
We'll be
clear.
okay, but that my whole plan was to just not use any torches while we're circling around these empty rooms and then camping. But I was on autopilot and just torched it up. So we only have 1. Onyx. No. Probably won't get enough by the end of the quest to while. That's another decision you have to make. The precious stones individually are not worth as much as a pile of gold, which can reach 1,700 or 1,500 rather. And some anti-venom to gosh, forget these boots like they're candy. These are worth like at least 1250, so I guess we can. No, I really want to save this last torch. I guess we can get rid of the anti-venom. We haven't really had a problem with light, particularly. Yeah, I think that's worth it. We can just abandon that gold for now. Well, if you don't have a shovel and you have to remove these by hand, you take like 25 stress per character, and you take a little bit of damage. 1 to 5 damage each or so. See, retracing your steps causes stress, which is why you want to do it as little as possible. It's why we did this little loop here and didn't go to this route. Alright. I guess we can go ahead and camp again. Maybe we want to have a dark battle. Yeah, I think that's fine. Camp afterwards. Our Hellion has plenty accuracy boosted anyway. She'll take some additional stress damage eventually. Oh, here we can do this. This is a legitimate use of this matters. And we'll just go for the gold. I don't think we need the extra food, really. Yeah, because we'll only need to eat 8. We don't even need all the food. So what we're going to do now is, I called it a dark battle. Our light has gotten very low, and as you can see, that has certain effects on your environment. Our stress that we are receiving has gone way up, as has monster accuracy and damage, and there's a much higher chance that we will be surprised in any combat. But our chance for loot has gone up significantly, as has our critical strike percentage, or rather, it's gone up by 2 points, which is not a ton, but it's, it's not insignificant. And as soon as we enter this room, our torch will fade to being completely out, and it will be pitch black, which will give us an additional point of crit and additional loot, but it will give the monsters even higher accuracy and damage. It is going to be a very risky battle, but we can camp afterwards and feel a lot of stress.
Mint of gold.
We were not surprised, so if you're surprised, your party gets shuffled around, which is very annoying. For most parties. Well, You can easily construct your party to not be particularly inconvenienced by shuffling, but you usually end up with some other major events. You do that. Actually, I can't believe it's 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, pretty clear out there. Nothing's coming out of the sky right this second. It's been sleeting, like freezing rain, and ice pellets, and snow, and rain all mixed over the past 24 hours. So here, we just want to try and kill these things off as fast as possible. Which means we're going to use our breakthrough ability. Well, so much damage. That was, what, 38 damage on that one non-crit ability across 3 targets. Killed 1 target. No, killed 2 targets. Left another one near enough to we'll just take out that. This was a very solid combat. Here we're just going to party through, I think. Total of 12 demons plus 3 characters. Pretty good. About what we get from the single target, but I don't think it was quite that though. We'll just have her using adrenaline rush now to heal off that bleeding. Keep her health high so we don't have to use any resources to heal her up after combat.
Seize this momentum.
Unlock strong locks.
Push on to the task's end.
So anyway, the weather is very nasty, and that's why I'm not at work, because yeah, this is an empty room, so I am going to go continue on there before I can, so I have more torchlight. Plus 20% heal skills, it's pretty good. I think we can do that instead of this key. Maybe even instead of food, I kind of want to keep food until the last. Yeah, we'll do it instead of this key. We're going to have plenty of treasure by the end of this run regardless. Yeah, we will need at least 4 of the 12 stack of food. We'll camp here, at least. Camping restores your torch.
Circle in the
We
dark.
don't actually...
The battle may yet be won.
Right here, might as well. No reason not to. It's only worth 40 gold at the end of the trek. Each food is only worth 5, so each unit of food. So let's sharpen spear again, battle trance, and cause her to learn the ways of the bounty hunter, and gain some dark strength. Basically all the same things that we did last time. Okay. And then we rest. We've run out of wood. Sleep calls. Sleep calms. We'll need our strength. It's unscouted territory, so. Looks like we lost a couple of viewers. Oh no! Okay, even if I have no viewers whatsoever, I enjoy recording these. And if you're viewing this on recording, it's fine.
Success so
I like
clearly
to
in view. Or is
provide
it
this in all
merely
kinds of
a
mediums.
trick of the light?
I do think I want to burn one of our 2 remaining torches to make sure we maximize our scouting chance. That's radiant light and bright light increase your chance to scout shots and to surprise monsters. Wow, we really did need all 4 shovels this trek. We may even need 5, let's see. Alright, burn our last torch. I think actually we... well... Let's say we're done after this room, but we do have... Actually, this isn't a bad fight. The towering ectoplasm can do a decent amount of damage. But these enemies are not too scary. They can blight us up a lot, but this is our last room, so we don't have to worry about going low on points. But these slimes can make more slimes if we do empty ranks in the enemy. So what I think I want to do is just use the bounty hunter to attack the ectoplasm, and we'll mark it up, and then we'll use the occultist after we get it marked to shoot at the back. I think the bounty hunter can kill this in like 2 or 3 hits if we need it to. And that way we can just have the other characters with us. Okay. I guess there is some protection there, but that's still 13 is a decent enough damage. I could have actually checked, yeah, how much it would do. We don't have any more fuels for lights. This guy will bleed out next round. We can just do this. Judgment damages them a little bit and heals you a little bit. Sort of like Dream. Ugh, double stun, gross. Well, we can just it's okay to kill the thing ahead of time. I mean, it would die on its turn anyway and bleed. Right! Light is basically poison. But it's slightly different. Poison intuitively does not affect undead. Blight does affect the undead quite effectively. Bleed does not. You can't make a skeleton bleed. No matter how hard you try, it is impossible. Ooh, oh, that was why I should kill that thing, because we haven't damaged this enough yet. Let's see if we can stun it and prevent it from creating another. That stun on both of our main damage dealers was pretty annoying. In fact, I think I want to cultist attack as well. I really want to get it down. There we go. That'll do the trick. So it didn't cause it to bleed even. But we managed to.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Gosh, she's taking a lot of damage. Let's have her heal herself up. Blight stacks really quickly. Bleed, typically less so, although there are some circumstances where you can be bleeding for 24 a round or something absurd.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
So at the end, you can either return home immediately or you can continue adventuring. I like to continue adventuring to explore things like this, but sometimes you really need to get out of there. GTFO. I'm kind of tempted to continue exploring into this last room. We've got plenty of food. We really want as much treasure as we can wring out of this place. Yeah, this is not a tough fight. We just use straight through, deal 30 damage. I think Tenacious Prone is the worst. We have very low stress right now, which is excellent. It means that we can send these heroes out again without having to send them therapy. And by therapy, I mean the tavern or the church. You either drink, gamble, or go to a brothel to carouse. Or you meditate, pray, or flagellate along with yourself.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Okay, nothing more. Alright, so we'll return home. Successful in our quest. Hooray.
Every cleared path and charted route reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Yeah. My office doesn't even open until 10 a.m. 2 hours and 20 minutes from now. Instead of, 10 minutes ago. And it's 25 miles away. It's like 45 kilometers. 40 to 45. Which normally is a lovely little 30-minute journey in traffic, but, or if there's no traffic, rather. But when it is iced over, it's just not worth it. Not worth it at all.
All my life I could feel an insistent
Okay, so we
gnawing
completed
in
the
the back
adventure.
of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
Alright. So, this is our estate, the darkest estate. The darkest family. And there are a number of different buildings that provide us with various services. For example, this is the stress relief that I was talking about earlier, the tavern. Drink your cares away. Currently, we don't have too many characters that are all that stressed out. Reynald is not great at 34, so we might put him in some stress relief. The sanitarium can treat diseases, which we want to do for Flambard here. He has all kinds of diseases. Gross. Black Plague, the Worries, and the Wasting Sickness. Of those, the Black Plague is definitely the worst, because it spawns other diseases. But I'm hoping, with our fully upgraded medical devices, we have a significantly increased chance of curing more than one disease at a time. So hopefully it will cure the Worries as well. Okay, well, enjoy eating. Yes, definitely try this game out. It is fantastic. It's, I mean, I've gone adventuring 161 times in this game. Yeah, that speaks for itself. It's very, very strong. I really like it. But enjoy your meal. Okay. Treating Flambard and Vipon. Vipon needs to get rid of the griping in the guts is not bad. 20% heal skills while camping. I usually provision well enough that healing is not super necessary. But the Og, or the Agu, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I've never heard it pronounced. The egg. That needs to go. I think, yeah, Tyrell also has rabies. Alright. Oh no, Pennant has a disease as well. Also rabies. That's fine. We don't really need a Hellion for the next run, regardless. We've got plenty of Hellions. Speaking of food, I need to eat some myself. I'm sorry, dear viewers. I apologize. I know it's rude, but if I don't eat, I'll feel really rough later. I can't skip breakfast due to various health things, so... Okay. Sure, I didn't want to talk while I was eating a cracker and spray cracker everywhere. Okay, so just kind of going through some of our some of our trinkets here. Alright, so at this point, our entire estate has been fully upgraded, which is really cool.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of
Check
my
out what's on
failings.
sale. Nothing interesting, nothing rare. It's always nice to keep an eye out for those things. So let's see what prizes we can find here. Right now I'm looking for the Ancestor's Pistol. I was going to say items belonging to the Ancestor's trinkets, because they're very, very powerful. The most powerful trinkets you can get. Oh, also the Ancestor's Pen. It's worth considering as well. Ancestor's Lantern. Ooh. It's also nice. Okay, so we have pen, lantern, and pistol. In case you get rid of the pistol, is plus 20 accuracy to ranged skills. The lantern is minus 30% chance for the party to be surprised. And the Ancestor's Pen is plus 5% crit and melee skills. This is particularly significant because the only penalty on any of the Ancestor items is plus 5% stress damage, which is hardly even worth notice. It's no big deal. It's just a little more stress. Just oh gosh. Okay, so one thing I kind of want to do is turn all of these things back on, maybe. I mean, I've only done like 2 adventures. Maybe let's try some different configurations here. Because I mean, it's certainly nice to have easier runs, like yay, money and trinkets and stuff. I kind of want to. Well, I really want to collect all of the Ancestors' trinkets so I can experiment with different builds and see what really is the strongest party. Like, I want to get down to the nuts and bolts of like cranking out some spreadsheets and stuff. Which I'll only feel comfortable doing if I have, you know, the most powerful stuff that I can. But I don't want to totally abuse the system because I haven't, you know, completed the game yet. Like, I still have character classes that I haven't reached level 6. I haven't leveled up to level 6, and I haven't defeated all of the bosses. I haven't defeated any champion level bosses, I don't believe. So I have a lot to do in this game. So it's not like I've already beat it, so I can do whatever I want. But I do really think it's important to play around with config options in these games that are in early access. I just feel like that's very helpful for the developers and helping them create the best products they can, which is why I'm doing the early access. Like, otherwise I just, you know. Yeah. Anyway. I think I like combat delay penalties, actually. I think that they add a cool sense of urgency to battle. Let's try it without mortality debuffs. I think I'm okay with corpses. So I've tried it without corpses, and I mean, it adds a little bit of difficulty, but I think it's kind of a cool strategic flavor as well. I mean, there can be strategic value in having corpses, in positioning corpses very specifically. I don't know. I don't think it's too ball-breaking. Like, this isn't going to make it so difficult that, you know. Okay, so let's try it with some of the more punishing things turned off. Mortality debuffs, failing combat retreats, and large enemy crits. Let's try it that way, and see how that goes. Because I would like to do one of these champion runs. Okay, so we don't have Flambard or Vipon, which means Pashal is our only pure healer, or our only strong healer. Crusader's okay, so we definitely need the Crusader in here. So what if we do Crusader, Leper, Occultist, Plague Doctor? I think I've used this combination before, and I feel like it was pretty strong. Let's see, other options that we can put up here. We have the Highwayman and the Grave Robber. Dismas, the Highwayman, who has a lot of really good quirks that we've locked in. Gave him a permanent extra crit, permanent 10% protection, 10% damage reduction, which is awesome! Physical damage, not stress damage, unfortunately. And then plus 2 speed, quick reflexes, which puts him up to 9 base speed. I guess it's 8. His last gasp, even though it shows up on the tooltip, is only active. It's below 50%. Mankind Hater and Last Gasp are fine. I think I'm going to let those continue to rotate for a little while. When you get new virtues, they replace your old virtues unless you pay money to lock them in, which gives you this lock symbol. But flaws, only 2 of them rotate, 3 of them lock in automatically. These aren't all that bad. I mean, Meditate and Known Cheat are excellent. I'm glad we have those there. And Slow Draw is really not too bad. I mean, -4 speed on the first round is annoying, but it's not critical for a pure DPS character to go before certain monsters. I mean, it's always nice, but it's not. First round is nothing. In Dacnomania, I'm not really sure which curios that affects. I think the knives and things, but it's not too bad. I don't really mind the curio ones. They can definitely get. Anyway, the Grave Robber just has Death Blow resistance locked in, so I like to use the Grave Robber kind of as a dodge tank. But I can also use it as a light and ranged damage source. I don't have another source of bleeding, so probably not. I like the Grave Robber a lot in conjunction with the Houndmaster. The various bleeding effects that the Houndmaster has. Also with the Bounty Engine. Don't have a way of increasing the leper's accuracy. What if we did something like this? This would dramatically increase our backline damage to use a Grave Robber tank. We'd also get some experience, try and get this to level 6. So the Grave Robber tank, the Grave Robber isn't particularly tough, doesn't have very high max hit points, but has very high base dodge, one of the highest in the game, and has several abilities which increase dodge significantly. Toxin Trickery increases by 17, Shadowfade increases by 27. So we can very easily get up to absurd amounts of dodge to where we're just not being hit by things. And we intersperse that with Throwing Daggers, which reduce things' bleed resistance, which is not actually relevant for us here, although one thing we could consider would be giving our Plague Doctor the 3rd rank instead of the Occultist. Let's see, does this go up to 3 points per round? Yes, it does. Okay. can also give him Disorienting Blast, although I'm not sure that that's necessary with this group. Emboldening Vapors, I don't really see a great deal of difference between level 4 and level 5. I don't think I need to spend the money on that to upgrade it. Yeah, what if we were to do this instead? Have Shawl be in the back line. What if we had it look like this? And instead of Noxious Blast, we had Incision. Basically just giving us a bleed for the front 2 rows instead of a blight. And then we could put, instead of Thrown Dagger, we could put Poison Darts there. It's a weaker blight. I'm trying to experiment with some interesting synergies. I'm trying to get our party as synergistic as possible, that is. And I don't know if this is the best way to do it. Okay, well, let's think about our destination then. Let's do it that way. Because the different areas have very different requirements. The ruins are kind of a mixed bag. Blight is, I think, more useful in the ruins than Bleed by a little bit. There's some really tough enemies with eye protection, so we would want more Blight, although Bleed is certainly useful. Cove, Bleed is not very useful, it's mostly Blight. Hold on just one moment. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab a notebook so we can start writing some things down. I want to keep a journal. Okay, here we go. I have a really neat handmade journal that my lady love got me for Christmas, which is awesome. Oh, I'm just going to see if I can sell it here. Well, we can use a pen. That's fine. Okay. I was just going to start making some diagrams. I want to Alright, making a diagram. Okay, so ruins. Light is useful. Bleed is not in particular. Cove. Bleed is not useful. Light is. And the Weald. Let's think about the Warrens first. In the Warrens, Bleed is useful, but Blight is not. I mean, you can still use it, it's just everything is resistant. And in the Weald, I guess Bleed is kind of nice. And Blight is meh. Okay. So the Warrens and the Cove really are more polarized. So what loot do we want? Do we want the Ancestor's Lantern? Okay, so the pen is really cool. 5% crit is insane. That's a lot of crit. But one, it's the Warrens, which is really difficult. And two, I feel like 20 accuracy is insanely strong, although the Cove is also really difficult. I mean, the Ruins, I think, is the easiest of them. And minus 30% chance that the party is surprised is certainly strong. It allows for sort of dark runs to be a lot more successful. Low light runs. Can't wait for the darkest dungeon to be added. I'm very excited for that. I suppose that boss battles have ancestral now. Okay. Just think this pistol is so cool. Maybe the lantern is better. This would allow for some experimentation. Because, I mean, these things, yeah, like extra crit is awesome and extra accuracy is awesome, but I don't think that dramatically changes party compositions or anything. Whereas I think that this dramatic of a reduction in surprise chance would really increase the probability that I would be able to complete a champion level dark run, which I really haven't been able to do with any regularity, any guaranteed success. So perhaps this is the best. It'll also be the easiest for a long run. Okay. So that's that. I'm not worried about getting Brickville. Well, interest is pretty good. Oh, he does have some good. Reflexes is pretty strong. I don't know if I really want to drop it. I want to lock it in. Renaud does have a lot more stress to start off with. What if we went with Brickville instead? Have to give him some better armor here. Probably a better weapon. Probably need to do that for Gordon as well. Alright. Yeah, this could be nice. Get some experience for these guys. So maybe I do want to do it this way. I think it's nice to have the incision available. But it is really high crit mod though. Pretty decent damage. And I feel like it's about the same as this sacrificial stab. Let's look at trinkets and think about it a little more after that. Okay, so Commander's Orders is great. Extra heal, extra crit. Going to the Ruins. Maybe the debuff resist would be nice. I like this one, the extra dodge, extra max HP, slightly less accurate, but we have, oh right, we have natural swings, we have a bonus anyway, yeah. This seems strong. So kind of tanky, can still do a decent amount of damage. Zealous Accusation is a great skill. Stunning Look, Battle Heal, and Inspiring Cry. think I'm going to do this to start with. We don't necessarily need to heal right out of the gate. And this way we can cure up Shawl's starting stress. Actually, maybe it's better to have the battlefield to start off with, just to make sure. Let's also make sure that our skills are eyes. This we definitely want at max rank. Man, maybe we do want to go with Reynald. It's just got worse stats and stuff, though. Yeah, no, we'll stick with Brick. Stick with Brick. I don't think... yeah, Stunning Blow should probably increase, but I don't think I can afford to increase too much else. Gosh, I got a lot I want to do with that with. We sell some stuff. Oh, yeah, we don't need 3 pairs of mini boots. We don't even really need 2. Well, let's sell some of these junky trinkets first. See how much money we have left over after that. I don't think we need a second blasphemous vial right now. Now I have 1 plague doctor. And you can't use 2 of the same trinket, which is nice. I like that. The same character can't use 2 of the same trinket. It just balances things pretty decently. Okay, so now we have a little bit of extra money for these things. Sure. So it does eventually get up to 5 points of blight. I don't know that we really want that right now. Blight is useful on everything in the ruins. There's nothing that's too insanely resistant to blight, I believe. So I think I do definitely want that over the bleed of Tuamon. Which means thrown dagger, but the accuracy boost is really nice. And the crit is really high on that. Huh. It should definitely increase Shadow Fade. So it's very, very strong. Lunge. Only gets 5 extra accuracy, and that's not really necessary. Okay. Toxin Trickery, I guess, is actually really good with this setup. But we might want, let's see. Kick to the face doesn't seem to get dramatically better. I guess it gets up to 7 crit. Huh. Yeah. I like Lunge. Extra accuracy isn't a big deal. I guess, yeah, I guess increasing Throwing Dagger is fine if we need to. Kind of rather have Zealous Accusation or Inspiring Cry. Let's do that. This guy is pretty well set regardless, I think. Might as well just do this. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, trinkets. Dodge trinket. And usually like pairing that with some kind of stress reduction. Although, you know, plus 10% stress damage is actually probably fine for this run. So what else could I give her that would be cool? Extra damage, maybe? Don't like the -3 speed all that much, though. Could give her extra heals received. That could be good. Or extra max hit points. Let's see, what are we going to be facing in the ruins? Maybe debuff resist? That seems strong. And just have 15 extra percent stress damage. Which we would have to make sure to... Yeah, but she's going to be dodging everything. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's try that. Just have her be really tanky and evasive. 42 dodge, 11 points. I thought there was something else that I had. Oh yeah, this has extra dodge as well. I like that on the Crusader a lot. The extra hit points and dodge. She doesn't have any protection. Maybe I do want that on this guy. I think, yeah. Yeah, because the dodge and HP is nice, but those are pretty darn high anyway, and I think the protection and move resistance is going to be really key with this guy. I don't want him getting pushed around, because he's got this Holy Lance that can move him forward a little bit, but all of his important abilities can only be used from the first 2 ranks. I think that's better. Especially since I don't have a group heal. I only have individual targeted heals. Okay, alright. This party's coming together. I do think I want to give him the plus 30% heal skill item though, along with the stress reduction book, so this balances out. No additional stress damage, just 30% extra heals. So it's not a very diverse trinket set, but it's really strong with this weird reconstruction to get those crazy crit heals. Well, hey, Tesho, how's it going? Oh, it is still early access, but Tesho, this game is awesome. This game is fantastic. Don't let the whiners put you off. I have put like 75 hours into this game, and I still love it. It's great. Now, you know, granted, I like hard games, and there have been some heartbreaking moments, but like, I feel like the people that are complaining about it are not people that have come from Dungeon Crawl. If you can take the ups and downs of Dungeon Crawl, you can take the ups and downs of this game, for sure. And I think there is like a lot of really varied strategy. Like it's super solid. If it's on sale, definitely grab it. I very highly recommend it. We're about to go on an adventure, so you'll get to see for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Okay, so we're going to give the Plague Doctor the Blasphemous Vial, which is my absolute favorite on this character. Just a lot of extra chance, extra stun chance, extra life chance, extra accuracy. I kind of want to reduce his stress somehow, but I don't think I have anything, unfortunately. I had to sell off some of the other stress reduction. This might just be kind of a high stress run. I think that's okay though, we do have a stress healer in our Crusader. We want to have 2 characters that are getting extra stress, though. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's okay. We can give him the extra hit points and dodge. That doesn't seem terrible, actually. Slight accuracy penalty, but I mean, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, 115 on all of these. Yeah. Oh yes, thanks for this. I think I bought that already, actually. I think I have it. I don't know if I have the gold edition. I know I got Sword of the Stars. I do want to play it. As soon as I stop being obsessed with this, I'll probably switch over. Yeah, does the... Yeah. Yeah, I did get the gold edition, yes. I do own it. I think I paid more than that for it. But, yes. But yes, thank you for reminding me about that game. That is next on my list. Quite long, yeah. I feel like I've had this conversation before. I'm getting some pretty strong deja vu right now. Oh, it's just one of those mornings. Okay. Right. Oh, yes, so I was considering this overture box. I mean, that seems fine. I don't really have that much else that I could use. Yeah, this seems good. Alright. So, I'm going to check the camping skills, each of them. Undertale. Yes, I've started playing Undertale, and it's fantastic. I'm only, 30 minutes in or so. Been too busy with this game. I do think I need to get a couple of these guys some kind of stress heal. Because not many of them have one. Jeez, yeah. So those are good. That one's good. Oh, under rail. Oh, that's entirely different then. Okay. Let's just... I guess do 2. That's probably fine. Actually, probably do that. Do this. Okay. Well, if it's somewhat like Fallout 1 and 2, that's certainly interesting. Alright. Let us... Oh, let me double check and make sure none of them have any eating disorders. Okay, good. Alright. So, here we have to provision. Gonna get a bunch of food. Is this exploration? Ooh, this is battles. Okay, yeah. Probably just buy all the food then. You can use this to heal up in between battles a little bit. And do we want herbs or holy water? We want holy water. Okay. Looks okay. Maybe we can go get ourselves another holy water and a bandage. Yeah. Alright. So, this is a champion level long adventure, and I have to eat a cracker.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Now, okay. So, we have to complete 100% of room battles, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I guess this way is somewhat shorter. Shucks. So various quirks will give your characters compulsions. No, just absolutely have to check out these curios.
Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes. The light, the promise of safety.
Okay, this is a good, easy fight. It's very nice. Blight of the back lines. Oh, I need to not have poison darts equipped. That should be something else. Throw dagger. That's fine. We can still shadow blade.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Forget we're not on medium anymore. I kept one shot everything. This should be okay though. It's pretty light, but I might be useful about it. Let's see.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Why don't you guess it?
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And we can use this to cure up our Crusader. And then just go up our Grave Robber here. There's 2, so just that. Go up our Cultist. The bogus non-heal and dice.
This is how a life is taken.
Ooh. This is actually really nice to find. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it to the Plague Doctor here. Takes away a little bit of his chance to dodge, and it reduces, well, a lot actually. Well, maybe that is better. I don't know. If he seems to be taking a ton of stress damage, we can swap that out. It's a nice option. Good, got some scouting. Of course, I'm gonna have to do this way anyway. Grinding, yeah, it is still pretty grindy. It depends on how many risks you want to take. I mean, everything's still really expensive. Like, I didn't have enough money to fully upgrade this party, but at the same time, I feel like that's part of the challenge in that you have to calculate which things are, like, which resources are worth using where. Like, if you don't have good resource management, then you end up very poor a lot of the time and have to do a lot of grindy runs just to get stuff. But if you are good about managing your resources and you don't throw away high-level heroes and, take tons of stress unnecessarily and have to spend all your time, I mean, you make it less grindy through conscious choice and decision. So if you're not careful, yeah, it can definitely be pretty grindy, and that can be a little annoying. But at the same time, even though it's kind of grindy, it's still fun just because each one of these runs is so unique and the different party combinations are so infinitely diverse. I guess just gonna just activate that and get extra damage, which is nice. We don't need to be the close or anything in particular. Okay. Backline guys induce a lot of stress, so we want to kill them first if possible. I'm going to go ahead and plague them up.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Usually better to heal early rather than late with the occultist. Yeah. There's that dodge.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Poison up. This guy has pretty high protection, so we want to poison him as much as possible. Shadow Fade.
Singular strike.
Zealot's accusation is really strong. Just a 2-target.
Press this advantage.
Go for the guarantee.
Give them no quarter.
Fairly weak heal there. Kind of weak. I want to heal a little bit more. Oh, that's just because this guy can't do a full punch to us, especially since I'm not light enough that he dies right now.
A death by inches.
Wow. That's not quite all. Deal. We want to ditch a torch for an emerald. We can just ditch the citrine. It's not going to make the final cut anyway. Get some protection for this guy. 3rd rank takes more damage than you might expect. Less so than the first 2, but... Our first hunger event. Fortunately, we've had plenty of food. which is good because we've got to do a lot of backtracking on this map. I assume we're going to have to go all the way down to the bottom of this path here. What's his disarm chance? 1, 2. No! I was hoping to get him to use some stress. Was not to be. Alright, let's do that. I don't think he's going to need Holy Lance. Wait a second. This is fine. Just maxes out your torch.
The way is lit. The path
Kind
is
of like
clear.
burning another torch here.
We require only the strength to follow it.
The stress causers first, if at all possible. Tentacles.
The slow death.
Cool.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
I think I want to just have him stress heal. I don't think that this guy is taking extra stress damage, but he has certainly taken a lot of stress damage. I wonder if that's a bug or something. I think he's just gotten hit with a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's insidious. Clearly, we need to dodge more. Heal! Good. Pretty decent heal. Now let's go ahead and do some
Decisive
damage.
pummeling.
Let's get this guy out of the picture. I didn't actually want to do that, did I? No. Kind of wanted to use him to heal, but it was there for 2. Really, 72 dodge and that hit. It's very impressive. And mildly annoying. Yes, we want to heal. Yeah, let's just do that. Finish it off. Let's not dawdle too much.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task.
We could micromanage that a bit more, but we probably could have gotten one more stress heal or a few more hit points out of it. I'm not too concerned though. Okay. Insatiable ghoul. Ghouls are pretty rough. Yeah. Didn't matter all that much. Ow! So much stress. And a loss of light, which is always tough. I think here's Zilisaki's station is the best. AoE damage going. But start
Well
poisoning them up.
struck.
Dodge. Yeah. And we can launch, or, wow, not a lot of damage. Stun him up. No! He's 95% resistant. Oh, he's been done. That's cool. Definitely need to de-stress some of these guys.
Their cursed champion falls.
Dodge. Probably should have been stressing. No, he's bleeding. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have upgraded Weird Reconstruction to the highest level. It increased the bleed damage and the chance of bleed, not that much extra benefit. I don't know. Fortunately, Plague Doctor's battlefield medicine is very strong. It's not a big deal, but it's that
Triumphant
curing blight
pride
bleed is really
precipitates
nice. I mean,
a
that was
dizzying
basically
fall.
a 9 damage heal. And sometimes it's absolutely crucial if you encounter something with a particularly... shucks. I'm gonna try and cleanse that, but... Whoa! Jackpot. Nice.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We can throw away a torch for some sapphires, sure. It's acceptable. Especially if we scout it out and there's nothing in this last room. No. Probably need to check it out. Oh good, surprise round is always nice. Turning the Crusader into a stress bot for a while. I guess I need to Yeah, I'd rather do that. Get him down next round. And then we can just step. Nope. That works.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
This also has a nice benefit of maxing out our torch. You can't dilly-dally too much because eventually you start getting penalties for combat delay. So I think we have those turned on. We should. Yeah. I'm experimenting with different combinations of the settings turned on and off, so that will change a few times here and there. But for now I have corpses on and combat delay penalties on and penalties off.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I don't have room for another gold stack right now. I'd like to see more
Even
first.
the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Before I get rid of anything. Okay, yeah, see there is a room battle here. It's good that it came all the way up. Alrighty, no, not quite. Let's polish him off though. That's good. What do we want to do about him? All the way to back on him. Kind of tough to reach. Just use the pistol artillery, I suppose. Probably the best thing. We're almost down. Let's continue. One of our guys will even attempt to outlook, but that's we'll just heal him back up. Rally him. The tricky thing with the Grave Robber tank is that it takes a little bit of setup to get all the damage reduction going, basically. You need a Toxin Trickery or a Shadow Fade to get sort of that critical mass of dodge. But I still really like it just because her damage output is so high. And she's mobile, so surprise isn't as much of a problem. There are a lot of things about the Grave Robber. I really didn't like the Grave Robber at first. When I was trying to use it just as like a backline damage dealer, not very impressed, but I've since changed my mind. So definitely a sort of second, third, first area situation. Moves around the party a lot. Has a lot of cool synergies. I don't know. Definitely something I want to experiment more. Wow, 0 heal, that's swell. That's okay. We'll
As
a
the
little bit
light
of a
gains
boost.
purchase,
Along with some stress
spirits are
reduction.
lifted,
Just
and
gotta take
purpose
care
is
of
made
Doctor.
clear.
Doctor, heal thyself. Okay, cool. Well, combat's ending this round anyway. Pretty poor heal there. Alright. So we're at relatively low stress. Everyone's below 20. That's pretty
Success
solid.
so clearly in view.
Don't really have a lot
Or
of
is
use
it
for
merely
these
a
in
trick
this
of the
place.
light?
These 4 accuracy and 4 dodge is just so bad. I don't think they're worth as much as 1500. I think they're only like 1250 at max. Alright. Going to pause for one moment. Please excuse me. Okay, I return. And we continue onward. Oh, it's curiousness. Warren's Adventurer replaced. Unholy Slayer. That's not great. But he kept his quick reflexes. That's important. I really like the plus speed quirks. Because I don't really like using the trinket on that sort of thing, but like I don't like using trinkets specifically for speed, but it's nice to have speed. A little bit of combat priority. And just gonna walk our way back. We get a free random battle here, although it's not a very scary one. And by that I mean I would be surprised if they get a chance to attack. Cool. Now I have a free round to heal. Easy combats are really nice. Yeah, the Crusader and the Jester can both...
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Can both heal stress directly in combat. And the Houndmaster can too, kind of. It's not a guaranteed heal, and it's not a big heal. It is a party-wide heal, which is kind of nice, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of unreliable. But the Crusader and the Jester is guaranteed, and it's quite nice. I feel like also, maybe I'm imagining this, but I feel like the torch doesn't burn out as quickly in the ruins as it does. Sapphires. We'll carry around some citrine, but I don't think it's gonna make a cut. Shuffle this? Yeah. Smash. Wow. Okay. This is a pretty rich run already. Ah, oh no!
Watch your step.
This was probably a little bit of lag there. Need to put that twice. Let's do a torch, but oh well. Oh good, some scouting. I feel like this is a decent place to camp. Do we want to? Yeah, let's go one further. Get rid of that shovel. I think I'd rather kill the cultist than stun the. Oh no, misclick. Curses. Ah, my mouse caught on my mouse pad. That's good. They need to get a new mouse pad. Well, stun for them. And the leopard definitely causes a lot of stress damage, but the cultist is a bit worse. Well, that would be a super spell. Yes, excellent. Yes. Okay, good. Good. Light is good against these ghouls. They have 40% protection. That is to say, 40% damage reduction from direct damage, non-light, non-bleed. Just trying to keep everybody stressed down. That's something that I've found is fairly crucial to these long missions. It's stress management. You have to have some way to keep it low. At the worries, that's well, fortunately we're about to camp in the plague doctor diseases, so that's really not that bad. Let's blight it up pretty heavily at this point. Dodge! Oh no. Maybe I should mark it? Oh no. Just keep the light coming. Let's use this touch. Ah, he didn't get the debuff. That's a shame. Well, hopefully, we can still do some damage. And he's not quite good next time. Big heat stress. Can't really out-heal the stress damage, but cool. We've got some really reliable stuns, which at champion level is hard to make happen. Is there 95% base resist? Yeah, okay, good.
Boom. Victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Don't have much use or space for anti-venom. And yeah, let's go ahead. Light the torch. I really want the scouting if I can. Okay. Well, might have wasted a torch there, but I was hoping to get one room further up there. But yeah, let's go ahead.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
So first things first, who got the worries? Gordon? Let's cure those. Cool. Let's go ahead and give everybody a reduction, including himself. I do kind of want a damage boost on. Let's put it on the grape robber. No. Yeah, it seems best. Scouting or supply item. I guess I don't really need scouting all that much anymore. We're so far the way through. Yeah. Supply item could be nice, although I think I'd rather reduce some of the stress. Do this. This is nice. Yeah, that rounds up the time and stuff. Okay. Cool. Alright, and I guess we go this way first. Man, Rickville. He is an avaricious dude. What is it, compulsive? Yeah. Really should probably get him into the sanitarium. He's got some pretty... Oh, whoa! Collector. Okay, alright. Alright, I need a beverage for this. I'm gonna go grab a soda, and I'll be right back. Okay. I have ginger ale handy. And we're gonna fight the Collector. The Collector is one bad mimikin. Well, I think that just lots of AoE damage is really the way to go against the Collector. There's some healing ability. We'll go on try and stun if we can, but I think just trying to damage him down is generally going to be our best bet. So we get her dodge up, get a stun on one of the healers. Fortunately, the Plague Doctor is very strong against bosses in general, and the Collectors just stacking up Blight on the back line here is very good. I think we want to be doing damage rather than just trying to stun them off. Just because that AoE is a strong source. The Highwayman is okay, like I don't care about taking damage, but I want to be able to successfully deal damage, so these Vespers need to go.
A powerful blow.
Got one stack on there. Yes.
The ground quakes.
I think we have the damage. Ow. Now I just get crits like that. Gosh, that was brutal. think I just need to heal himself here. Maybe not. I don't know. I think the damage is more important. He's one of our primary sources of aggression here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so he's just yeah, being able to kill these things off is really important, because otherwise he just sits in the back line and life steals the entire time. It's real deadly. Still the Man-at-Arms. Oh no, dodged. Curses. We want to stun it. So the Man-at-Arms does a guard ability. I don't know that I can afford to have to do that. I don't know, maybe I can. Let's just keep doing damage. I think that's like our maybe our highest damaging ability consistently, and we need to be sticking with that. Let's just keep attacking Collector itself. Ashes its head against its neck cage. Creepy. Don't need to heal. Yeah, because I mean, killing these guys is great, but you want it to be incidental to actual loss. You just focus on these guys the entire time, you're gonna get real sad. This guy I don't think can attack, so I think that it's good that she wasted that. That seems strong for us. Alright. Now we can try and stun here, but I think it's better just to continue fighting. I think that the chance that he'll resist stun at 95% is great enough that although he does have a big boost to stun. I don't know. I think getting the boost is just more important than this guy. Especially considering that we're not going to be able to permanently avoid him being healed. So, yes, that's a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and heal. Oh, that was good. Is guarded, that's that seems fine. And
Precision and power.
Okay. Might as well, I mean, if we do either one of these, it's just going to hit the Man-at-Arms. We don't care if he does anything, so we might as well just light him up directly. Oh yeah, yes. Show collection move is not very strong. Like, it's some stress damage, sure, but it's nothing to be too get too excited about. Here, demolish. Still guarded. Let's just clear that. Okay. I knew we would crit. Okay, cool. Boom. Yes. Excellent. See, now we're like at the beginning of the fight, except he's at half health. I mean, to be fair, this can heal like a total of 50-something in a single round if they behave inappropriately. Here, I think I need to re-up my dodge. Yeah, let's go ahead. I mean, they don't output a lot of damage, but I still don't want to get caught off guard at this point. And getting a stun on the Vestal is basically like dealing damage.
Quickly the tide turns.
Man, no Dodgerino. That's 6 damage per round. That's not awesome. Well, let's just see if we can slice up his man-at-arms and start dealing damage again. I mean, once this guy dies, the fight's easy. It's just, we gotta make sure that he dies. Yeah, alright. Sometimes you just gotta go for crits. But I mean, he's got a 1 in 5 hit. And if these have been damaged, sometimes they'll heal each other like that instead of healing him. I think we've got this fight won. Pretty sure. Unless something goes terribly wrong. Always a possibility. But... oh gosh, yeah! I forgot that my face is in a weird spot. Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff you can't see. Okay. There we go. Hey, alright. Is that better? I hope. Wow, yeah, you weren't able to see anything about the stats down there. Oh, jeez. So sorry. That's just poor hosting on my part. Alright. Anyway, as I was saying, I think we're going to win. Let's go for the stun this round, just on a win. Ooh, nice. Double stun. I'll take it. I guess he does have a 40% chance, so pretty likely. Still. Dodge. Ah. How many damage? Gotta get through the and 2 Vestals. But I think do that. And the Veil. Might take 6 minutes.
Masterfully executed.
Yeah, excellent. Getting some good crits on this cultist. Shawl. Dodged. Her accuracy is so high. Oh no. Heal. Wow. We're still pretty close. Ooh, the damage boost is scary. Damage accuracy crit. We don't need to be critting. 3 Vestals, A. Still thinking, ugh. I was about to say win this round, but if we get a dodge like that, woo! Nice. I'll take it. Can you do it? To a mole? To a mole? To, yes. Got him. Oh, almost. Well. Jolly good dagger. Actually, I want to use this accuracy as part of it. It's 22. Like this. 82. There we go. Boom. The Hex was the highest accuracy, and I only had to do 1 damage. So yeah, melted the activator. Get some good loot for this. I think it's at full torch. It's usually a 2,500 gold rock. It's awesome. Man, and we're gonna end with low stress, healthful health. It's a strong party. It's a very strong party. I'm quite impressed. Though we were specifically very well set up to face the Collector as an entity. I have just been wrecked by the Collector. Vessel spawns. Yeah, let's do one more stress deal. Why not? At the very least, it might save us some money when we get back to town. Oh. Whatever, just kill it. Sure. Okay. A little bit of money code here. Sorry for that, but yeah, puzzling
Foolish horrors,
trapezahedron.
brought low and driven into the mud.
Yeah, puzzling trapezahedron. 2,500 smackaroos. Okay. Now we have another battle. Yay! Boom. Seven. And getting rid of the stressors before the front line. We can take damage if we need to. That's the nice thing about having 2 healers, like a primary healer, a secondary healer, and a tertiary healer, like multiple sources of healing, and even our Grave Robber can cure herself if need be of light and bleed. Basically just a lot of sustain is really nice when you're particularly in the ruins, where I feel like the front line doesn't do quite as much damage. Like in the wheel, you have to be more careful because you can get marked up by. Yeah, I mean it's trickier there. I don't know. This is a very strong ruins party. Is what I'm getting at. What I'm trying to say. Yeah. Boom. Probably could have managed to get her a little.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, okay, alright. Onward to another battle. This Crusader is just so curious. Didn't change anything. I might want to get rid of this compulsive quirk. It's been pretty frustrating. I mean, that wasn't anything bad right there. But, just do damage. Man. Those dodges. Those dodges. go ahead. I'd rather just not take that stress if I can help it. And maybe we can get a stun off here. Nope. Yeah, skull toss is a lot of stress. Plus the stun. Hooray! Alright. You can do it. Good. Should take care of that. Good dodge. Well done, Shawl. I guess Zealous Accusation is a little bit more damage, but I really, like, the chance of getting a stun is, yeah, much better than 5 extra. Okay. Now we use Zealous Accusation because, well, no, it's just stressful. He's not going to be doing enough damage to significantly change the clock, and I think this gives us some chance of kind of out-healing. No chance that will hit. 2 turns of Throwing Dagger is better than 1 turn of Plunge. Probably. Nice. Okay. That does it. Excellent. So we can just do a little stress there and walk away with our heads held up. Put that buff on just in case we manage to get to the door before it wears off. Oh no!
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
It's a worse than useless heal. Oh well. No! How did I triple click on torches? Gosh. A little frustrating. Just got a little twitch. I guess we have a better shot of one-shotting the bone royal. Didn't get the crit though. It's okay. Plague Grenade is really strong. It's a very, very strong ability. It's, I mean, 40 damage for one ability over the course of 3 turns. But you can stack it, so it's not like it's, yeah, it's really strong. The Plague Doctor is, if used properly, a ton of damage. You just have to figure out how to space your flights correctly, and that's a lot trickier than it looks. It's a lot trickier than I thought it would be. Oh. Alright, I've had a crick in my neck for several days. Took a nap and a car ride for family Christmas. Just like this. Couple times. My own fault. Should have known better. Light up the guy with dagger. Maybe it's really too much. Does he have reduced resistance? As long as I'm getting the full benefit of this stress heal, like, as long as I'm feeling a full 10, I think it's worth using when I can, in situations like this where it's, you know, we're only 1 round away from winning anyway. More blood. Bad healers. His own heal is pretty strong though. I mean, it's very consistent. That's the best thing about Crusader, is that he's very consistent. Not much changes. Like, his accuracy is high, his crit is low. Stun the corpse. The cool thing about the Battlefield Medicine is that it cures your target and it cures the Plague Doctor. So, I mean,
As
even if you
victories
don't
mount,
use it on the Plague
so
Doctor,
too
the
will
Plague Doctor gets
resistance.
cured. So, just extra value there. Okay. Onward. I'm tired. A little bit of a vacation, and then woke up to work this morning, of course. Can't get to work. Work isn't even open yet. Even if I wanted to, they wouldn't let me in. I was considering camping there. Oh, do we want to use... Yeah, let's go ahead and use our last holy water. Emeralds are worth it, as is onyx. Nice. We're making some money this trip. Two random. Okay. Aha! We surprised you! Yeah! Woo! 40 damage crit. I like it. That lunges are really strong too. Extra 40% damage, 12% crit on. Super strong. Maybe I should start with that every time. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, the Madman is the next big target. Do it. Dodging that, okay? You want to get me down as quickly as we can. Maybe should have gone to the stun, but I'd rather just deal damage. We have stress healing, but it's not like we don't have to worry about never. We don't have to completely avoid all
injury,
stress damage from
palpable fear.
so we can do a little more total damage. Here's everything stuff. Fairly freely. Six damage. So he's actually dead before he gets attacked. So we can attack. Sharpshooter. Stuns are really good in conjunction with blight and bleeds. Heavy blight and heavy bleeding. I mean, it basically, instead of just saving you damage, it's dealing